I totally forgot last year Sony bought Bungie. I could have sworn, I'm not like a Destiny guy. I don't really keep up with that. And, you know, Bungie, they make a game. They don't really make games, they make game. So they're just like not in the news if you're not playing Destiny. So I'm like, yeah, but I totally forgot about that they're owned by Sony. And let me turn down the volume a little, even more. So the Sony made this big pivot where they were like, we've been making these big blockbuster cinema games. We're going to shift into the future, which is live services. Oh, that always works out. It's not like every single successful live service game has been like an organic, homegrown community that took off because people just liked the game, or it had a built-in audience like Call of Duty or something like that was already playing multiplayer for a long time and stuff like that. Now let's just shift hardcore into games as a service. God, it's like a speculative market. It really is like a speculative market. You just can't invest in it. You know, well, you can, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's like a product. It's this golden calf. We're going to have this forever game that makes us all the money in the world forever. And we're going to have 10 of them, and everyone's going to spend their entire lives simultaneously playing all of them. We're going to fund a big spiritualist revival around the world so that people can ascend to the astral plane, and then they can split their consciousness infinite times so that they can grind for rare drops in Destiny, the Destiny Gaiden, and the Dunkling Burkidbucka. Well, I can't think of a name. And they're going to grind out ranked mode and watch esports infinite times in their astral bodies. They're going to buy. Imagine how much money we can get with microtransactions. Imagine buying a fucking CSGO skin with mind bucks. Bro, imagine winning the CSGO, like, imagine rolling a knife skin while you're ascending, while you're projecting your mind into space. Is that like heaven? Is that what Nirvana is? Do you die and you go to heaven? And you can't get into heaven until you roll an expensive knife skin. And you're like, whoa! It's like a spiritual orgasm. Oh, that's so fucking funny. I'm so funny. You better have been laughing at that. What the hell else? Right. So I think it's kind of funny that he last year when they bought Bungie, they were like, yeah, this is like the new direction. We've been making these like solo single player blockbuster AAA shebangs, and now we're gonna transition into live services, which is a very like proven, very rocky, difficult market to pin down. Because it kind of inherently oversaturates itself at a faster rate than any other type of game. And it also takes a ton of resources. It's like the biggest high-risk, high-reward thing ever. And we're just going to spit out like a dozen of them in the next couple of years. And then like a year later, our CEO is going to leave. What? Did he know this? Was this a little prank that he pulled? Was he like, I'm going to fucking send this ship off towards the cliffs. I'm going to jump ship and I'm going to sail away on my little rowboat, and I'm going to go be a CEO at like some tech firm that freezes sperm for billionaires or something like that, like Eugenics Corp. What was I gonna say? I didn't have that much else to say about it. Jim Ryan's leaving PlayStation creates an interesting. I'm curious as to. I mean, that was a year ago. He's gonna leave in 2024. There's probably like at least 2 games in pre-production right now. At least. And they're at least in pre-production, right? I am very curious as to... Because, you know, a lot of stuff that Jim Ryan probably mandated. He was only at the company for 5 years. 2019 was 5 years ago. Oh, no, I was a senior. Right? Hang on. 2019, 20... 21, 22, 23. Okay, fuck, it was 5 years ago. I was a senior in high school. Oh, Christ. Hang on, I gotta shake my head first. I gotta shake that off of me. 5 years. He could have made a decision like literally 2 years ago, and we aren't gonna see that for another 5 years. We aren't gonna see where that turned out. Because game development, especially really big budget game development, is such a lengthy process. And when you're talking about making these big live service games, some gas ass, takes a while. It's like longer, like 5 years at least, probably. That's like a typical development period for I feel like the biggest games take 5 years. And that's why Yandere Simulator is the biggest game ever, because it's taken 10 years, which is double that. It's going to be twice as big as GTA 5. And it's probably going to take even longer. It's going to be probably 20 years, because Yondev is going to have to finish it while he's in jail for grooming a child. Hey, you hear about that? There's some accusations. I don't know if they're true, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, you look at that guy and how he acts and stuff, and you're like, you know that guy you hear about? Maybe not everyone has this guy, but you hear about him and you're like, someone's like, yeah, that guy was like he was slipping some shit into drinks, and you're like, oh, is that proven? And they're like, I don't know, like I heard it. And you're like, I mean, that clocks. I'm not like surprised. It wasn't like, I was going to say the Pope, but the Pope probably would do some crazy shit. I'm not going to go any further with that. It wasn't like I was going to say the Dalai Lama, but the Dalai Lama already did suck that kid's tongue off. Fuck. Can I think of like any uncorrupted religious leader, symbol of purity? Jesus. I don't think he fucked any kids, right? I don't think he covered up anyone fucking kids, right? I don't think he did that. I hope not. It was like finding out Jesus did it. You're like, God, Jesus? Shit, dude. Oh, come on, not Jesus.